What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on the channel. It is a special little rebuild. We're going to be using the Madden, well, technically 21 rookie class. I'm trying to go for one of my best months on YouTube, so if you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe, like the video, follow me on Twitter at Jeromepkr. It means so much to me, and, you know, it's awesome that you guys have been loving the content as well. But, you know, that franchise guy has a roster up. A lot of people didn't really, from my channel at least, didn't really like some of the low overalls, but obviously you can see he kind of was predicting things, as you could tell. You know, that's kind of the direction EA went. Hey, by the way, if you watch that franchise guy on YouTube, let him know in the comment section why he hasn't followed good old PK. What did I ever do to anyone? You know, that's all I'm asking. I don't know who should we, like, do we start Josh Jacobs? How young is he? He's 21, so you kind of think, hey, maybe we can let him sit for a little bit. But not me. I'm not wasting any time here. Of course, we know of the Gabe Jackson situation. He's going to be out sometime, but obviously that doesn't affect us here because it's a different universe. You know, if we were making a roster based on, you know, later on in the year, maybe, but we're basing it on preseason, which technically for him hasn't really happened in this universe. Looking at this team, there's still a lot of holes. Like I said, they definitely did improve pretty drastically, considering they looked like they were just going to be a terrible roster, and then out of nowhere, they just turned it around. They're looking okay. Abram kind of gives me a question mark, though. Like, are we going to see Joyner at corner? Is that what they're doing? I don't know if they are, but I think that's maybe what I'm going to do. Maybe. Let's see. Joyner, did he actually go exactly the way he was? I don't think he changed overall. If I'm not, my brain, you know, you guys, if you watch the channel, you know, sometimes things just don't go right up there. I'm just saying. I don't think I have brain damage, but you can never really be too sure these days. Sometimes you're drinking water and you realize it's coming from that radioactive sewer that you've been seeing three-eyed rats come out of. It definitely felt like the majority of the votes were Raiders. There was a couple of Redskins, in fairness, a couple of different teams, but I think the Raiders fit here because they do, I believe, have extra draft picks, right? The Bears gave them, I mean, now I think we have 2 first rounds for this year. Not going to look at the record. We're going to take a look at these contracts. I don't know the money because Derek Carr, little weasel himself, stole all the money. What a little thief. I'm telling you. If there's, like, is there any good, like, thieving games and, like, stealing games? Like, best teammate you could probably get on one of those games. Unbelievable. Derek Carr just showed up, looked really good, and took the money, and boom. My thumb's gone. What was it that he broke or lost? Bent finger? I think it was his finger, right? It went like crisscross, the rapper guy. I don't even know if he's alive anymore. Jalen Richard, a 4-year deal. Normally I wouldn't make these kind of signings, but I think he's a good long-term backup. And 4-year, 14 mil this Madden is like, I don't even know, like a 4-year, 7 mil last year. I could have literally just said it's twice as much as last year, but which is good. But yeah, you know what I mean. There's actually some big names here. Normally we kind of, you know, don't care, but here we are. Kind of caring. Nicholas Morrow, 2-year deal, may be worth the deal. Last year, I would usually start him. Denver Kirkland, I believe that used to... Was that a Cowboy player? I don't even know. But look at the contracts. Mike Glennon, a 2-year, 15.6. The big thing is, look at the signing bonus. Quarterbacks are dime a dozen, especially ones that aren't starters. Maybe I'm completely off there, but I feel like I heard that somewhere, and I'm going to stick with that. There's a lot of old players here. Like, in real life, the Isaiah Crowell is here? What the hell? In real life, the Raiders are looking actually pretty decent, but in-game, so many old players. Oof. Gotta love when I completely forget how to scout. That's a good, I don't know, over 1,000 points wasted. Lovely. So, big needs, kind of wide receiver. Antonio Brown could very well just suck instantly. Quarterback, not a need because of the price. But I'm still going to put him on there. You know, maybe we get a high... I don't see it. Honestly, there's just no reason to scout these guys. Not going to lie, not a huge... Like, I don't really know a whole lot about the guys in this draft. I know some of the names, but for the most part, I don't know. I know there's a couple of decent running backs. What's his name? NTN? This guy. I know he's, like, fast, I'm pretty sure. I know a couple of them, all right? What's that guy's name? Cocktrain? No, it's Cochran. Run a cock train on your... Oh, God. That's... Sorry, children. Didn't mean to say it, but I did. So pass linebackers, easily the biggest need we have. So, hopefully, we can land a guy or two. I don't know how OP the ratings are this year for upgrades, but even though Josh Jacobs is slow as hell, look at the amount of trucking he got out of 3 upgrades. 3 upgrades, he gets 3 break tackle, 5 trucking, and a strength upgrade, along with all the other crap we don't care about, but that's pretty impressive upgrading, not going to lie. All right, year 1 playoffs, let's not get a little ahead of ourselves. It's the Raiders. As much as I want them to do okay, it's just not going to happen. Real question is, what pick are we going to be looking at? And I'm really disappointed. You will see why I'm disappointed. You'll see why, okay? Here's why. We were 1-8, and we decided, hey, we're not making the playoffs anyways. Why not just ruin our draft pick? Maybe go from top 5 to top 10 if we're lucky. Just be real quick. I don't know if any of it... Wow, Josh, you're really good. Apparently speed, believe it or not, is a pretty important stat for a running back. It's crazy. This is a pretty damn good offensive line on paper. Wow, our pass rush is great. On paper, this defensive line is probably good kicking. Probably a top 5 line, right? I would go out on a limb. Let's see if there's any award wins. We were terrible. So if we won anything, that's just ridiculous. Josh Jacobs was okay, but I don't know. Was Abram good? I mean, we didn't win any awards, so I'm sad. 75 overall. Okay, this is going to be a long one. Get ready. Are the Bears going to have a better record than us or no? Like, the Bears get shafted in sim a lot as well, so you just don't know. Winner of the Super Bowl is the Cowboys. Okay, fair enough. Who is this guy? This guy looks like he's 35 years old. Looks like one of the Jackson brothers. How the hell did we get him? He actually looks like Jermaine or something. Actually, haven't seen Jermaine in a while. Haven't been on vacation with him in a while. So Brandon Marshall seems to have upgraded his development. I think... we have a little bit of money. Let's get Brandon Marshall back. He's deserved it. Star development. He went up in development. Josh Morrow. There's a lot of old guys here. Daniel Carlson. If we let him go willingly, it would just be such an unrealistic rebuild because he killed it. 14 for 15 is easily the best we've seen so far from our kickers and rebuilds. Keith Smith. I think we already had a better fullback than that, didn't we? I don't even know. Looking around, Vontez Burfict, he was pretty bad. Ryan Grant was okay, but I don't think he was worth keeping. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, I didn't even want him on the team in the first place. Let's go to free agency and see what we can get. We obviously took another bit of a hit. We're probably going to be 76 overall. That's not what I expected at all. Left guard is empty. Who the hell did we lose? Oh, Richie Incognito probably retired. Josh Jacobs is 77 overall. We do not have a fullback. It looks like Antonio Brown dropped like 4 overalls. 32 years old is old, but is he really that old to lose 4 overalls? I don't know. That seems a little rough. Linebacking core, of course, guys like Whitehead are still here, 30 years old. Take a little bit of a hit to lose, but I think we could definitely improve from him. Some of the names they chose are decent. It's just that Madden rates them really lowly, so not really going to be able to keep those guys around too much. Maybe draft an entire linebacking core here. Depends on who's here. 41 mil. I was told by most of you guys it's fine to go for whoever, really. It's just, I don't know. That's it. And I don't have anything else to tell you. Eric Ebron, I think. We've been skipping on him a lot, but this is a pretty fitting signing. I don't know why, but Eric Ebron reminds me a lot of Jared Cook. And, of course, we know the Raiders have had Jared Cook for a little bit. Austin, Hooper, probably a little better. 4 for 27. Really? Why would Ebron, who's older, cost more? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to fight for that. Drew Brees. Cody Whitehair, he's 28. 3-year deal. That's pretty fair. We could use a corner, maybe move Joyner back. Darby, for whatever reason, not really getting offers. I'm not sure why. He's a decent overall. I don't get it. I mean, I'll definitely take him if I can get him. So we got Darby, Vic Beasley, Willie Snead, and Eric Ebron. Surprisingly, we didn't get DeMar Dotson. That's actually a really big miss because I don't know who else would have gotten offers. DeMar Dotson definitely has offers now, and he's getting an offer from the Bucs. So likely to return. Jason Peters is getting a contract now. Great. I didn't think we were going to have any competition for some of these guys, so I went for one. Thought DeMar, hey, nobody offered on him, I'll take him. And apparently not. So Jason Peters It's a 1-year deal worth quite a bit of money, but I think we can afford it, so we might as well try to get him. So once again, I'm not super in tune with this class. So let's take a look. Jerry Jeudy with a very good combine. Early first-round talent, definitely fitting. I think with some of the age on this team, depending on what pick we have, which I don't know if we're going to have a high enough pick for that, but maybe worth going for. We'll see. All right, CJP. Give him. There you go, Jason Peters. So we still kind of need offensive linemen for the future, and just for now, we need at least one drafted so then we can keep trying to get ahead of this thing. You know, the thing called elderly dementia. I don't know. I'm not going to make fun of dementia people. But hey, they probably won't remember what I said. I'm sorry. Man. Don't you just, like, hate me sometimes? Because I do. Chris Herman, I don't know if he's good or not. Looks like some okay linemen, and I don't, that franchise guy usually underrates some of the players sometimes. Once again, I don't know any of the class, and maybe he's overrating every single one for all I know. I just spoiled the pick, 7 and 16. That's 16's fine. Fine, I don't know. What is he? Jesus, that SpongeBob meme came around again. Chase Young. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of the name Chase Young. And maybe I'm just stupid, because maybe he's, like, super beastly. I think I've heard of Derek Brown. He looks insane. We need a DT, I think. I mean, there seems to be some really good defensive players in the first round. That's all I'm going to say. We do have Isaiah Simmons here who looks really good. I think that could be a trade-up from us. But, mid-first basically comes out to be, like, a top 5 pick usually. So, a little worried about that. We definitely need a linebacker or two. We'll put this guy on the list. Like, I don't know who's good. Somebody tell me quickly. So we give the Seahawks pick 16, a third-round in Tahir Whitehead. We're also going to give them a little bit more on top of it. Then a little bit on top of it is Vic Beasley and a third-round pick. Vic Beasley, really not super expensive, but it's going to take us a little bit of a hit, so they're not going to have to pay that. And obviously things will be fine. From to the... Oof, I really wanted Chase there. So Chase is gone. Jerry I would have liked a lot. Thomas. So we have... Why do I always... As soon as I saw 5 and we lose... I don't know why anyone watches me. I don't do this for the memes. I promise. I'm just stupid sometimes. Honestly, how do I counter this? How do I counter my dumb? Who's younger? Please don't be the same. Please don't be 22 each. I hate you all. Clemson or Alabama, man. That's, I mean, like, is there any harder of a decision that we could make? We're going Dylan Moses. Hidden development. Star development. Okay. I mean, I don't know what everyone else is. It happened. What do you want? What do you want from me? We're actually going to go with his guard, Oliver Sampson. 68 overall. Doesn't look very good. We now have a safety that's somehow still there. We don't really need safety, but at the same time, I think we should take it. Hidden? Star Dev. Okay, so Star Dev, 4th rounder, definitely works with me. Like, is that just going to happen once a draft for me now? Like, I promise I'm not doing it for the memes. I'm not doing it to be funny. I mean, it makes me look stupid, and it's kind of funny because of it, but definitely not intended. And I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just because it's a little delayed. So, like, I just go really quickly, and I'm like, oh, damn. Don't get me wrong. Irvin Lincoln's fast, but that's a lot of money. I might actually make him fresh into a DT just so I don't have to worry about contract crap. So, Chase Young, of course, was going to be a great player. Beastly. Jeudy, unbelievable. Maybe we should have traded up for him. Wouldn't have had the mistake, and obviously he looks absolutely ridiculous. Andrew Thomas. Oh, Derek Brown was really good. I'm going to guess his development. I'm going to say he probably gave him superstar, right? Like, I remember hearing that name, and he seems very good. So, what about the left tackle we were debating? So, we were debating Little. He has hidden. I would say, honestly, I don't know if TFG would give any of the guys normal dev in the first round. I was really hoping that was normal dev for that guy. CD Lamb. I mean, realistically, first-round players, unless you really reach, shouldn't be normal development. And because, the AI doesn't usually reach often, I don't think any of these guys are going to be normal. No, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but it seems like there's a very good amount of first-round picks. If he has a second, a 2021 draft, which I will have zero knowledge of any of those players. I already barely have knowledge of this one. Maybe take a look at it. But here, we're going to have to take the long process. of unfortunately looking through and changing our guy. Ooh, 89 offense. Hello. We traded 8-man, a 5th next, and a 4th this for Jordan Willis. Jordan Willis is a backup for the Bengals. He was a, high 3rd-round pick, so we kind of gave him decent value for a guy that hasn't worked out yet. We will automatically start him, so instead of them leaving him on the bench until his rookie contract is up, probably let him go to free agency anyways, they will release him to us. Obviously not release, but you know what I mean. Words are hard, okay? I say it every video. It's because they are hard. So, of course, this is pretty much going to be the roster. I don't think we can really start Colton Miller. You know, we have Trent Brown, who's a giant. Colton Miller, who's a giant. I don't want to waste Jason Peters by putting him at the guard spot. And, I mean, he's played left tackle, like, forever. I guess Samson's just going to start there, honestly. I don't even know. Receivers, of course, we get a slight bit of an upgrade with Willie Snead, but overall, Antonio Brown did regress a little bit. Defensively, definitely a bit of a hit. Team is nowhere near as good as they were last season. And Derek Brown, I don't know why he's 79 overall here. Pretty sure I literally copy and pasted his ratings. Where did I make a mistake on? Was it the Excel? Was it? It was 84 Excel, right? Oh, I think I put his injury up higher. I don't really care about injury, but I think it's because his injury or maybe his stamina. I don't even know. But he has one less trait. I don't remember what the hell the trait was, but I don't really care. Superstar development, Derek Brown. We made the good decision. Technically, it's just, of course, we kind of maybe simmed on the wrong thing and drafted a running back. That's cool. So we have some re-signings. I don't know what the money situation is like, but Gary and Connolly, even if he's not going to be a superstar, he's going to be that long-term guy for us. He's going to have one of the cornerback spots. Marquel Lee is actually pretty decent and young. For some reason, Jordan Willis isn't really expensive at all. I know, obviously his overall is really lacking, but he's still got some potential. Of course, he's really fast. Block shed's decent. He's got potential. I'm going to give him a 4-year deal, career backup at minimum. If he's willing to take that deal, I'm willing to keep him on that deal. Marquel Lee, that's a ridiculous contract for a guy with limited speed, limited skills, and only normal development. Jason Peters, very unlikely he's still around, but if he is, I would love to keep him on. And then Hankins technically just got replaced, so I think we have our re-signings pretty much set. Headed to the playoffs, I don't expect some miracle turnaround, but we did add some decent talent. I don't know how much we screwed up our cap, but we should be okay. And we go slightly better, but at least it wasn't a 1-8 and then we made a comeback. We were just kind of consistently bad. We didn't lose the last 2 games. We maybe have made the playoffs. I don't know, maybe, but let's take a look at the stats once again. Derek Carr, he's having decent yardage. Picks are down, touchdowns aren't great. Josh Jacobs finally showing up some yards. Receiving, I'm not really sure I like that there's so many different guys getting the ball. Antonio Brown, he's supposed to be the number 1 guy. If this is foreshadowing what's going to happen in real life, expect to see some, what is that called? Wow, where's the sack totals, by the way? Expect to see some news articles with him involved. Daniel Carlson, that was not very good. Please, Dylan Moses, you seem to have a decent season. Make me proud. Yes, thank you very much. Star development, I don't know if he'll go up in the offseason, or whatever, Super Bowl. But he looked pretty good there. Let's see what we got. Samson, decent upgrading, I guess. Nothing really too crazy there. Defensively, oh, does it already go? Okay, so it shows already. Okay, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Actually, I forgot Derek Brown already was superstar development. Didn't really have a great season. Culver, however, did really well. I do have the sliders at about 200 to 210 each. I want the overalls to be a little bit higher. Most rebuilds we've been maxing at like an 85, 86. I think for a team to truly be elite and beastly, a near 90 would be nice to see. So if we can get to near 90 and we don't win a Super Bowl, that's just, once again, EA Sim doing EA Sim things. Saints make 2 Super Bowls, lose the first, they win the second. Jason Peters appears to be still around. No, he's not. The game's just glitched. Okay, fair enough. Don't know when we got Brett Hundley. I'm not interested. Jonathan Hankins is okay, but I think we're going to let all these guys go. I think these guys are all very replaceable positions. Let's take a look if, once again, Dylan Moses, if he had superstar. I don't know if I would force him. I don't think he was that good, but it wouldn't shock me if he actually did earn it on his own. He didn't. Brandon Marshall, though, superstar development and a 72 overall. I don't know what he's been doing, but he is favored by all, apparently. Joyner is really regressing hard lately. Moses, still really good overall. Marshall, I mean, superstar development is nice and all, but he's pretty much on the way out at this point. How much money do we have left to actually spend? So we have 80 overall, 24 mil. We don't have a great pick. I mean, we have an okay pick. Alvin Kamara. As much as I would like to go for him, there is almost no chance he hits free agency. I'll let some of the other guys go, but Jesus, no way Kamara hits free agency. Ibukam would be really nice, actually. We are desperate for a pass rusher. I think we've attempted him a few times here. That's a really weird way to say it. Oh, Jesus, we're not attempting him here. A 5-year, basically $100 million deal. Who does he think he is? Ibukam, obviously, but, like, beside the point, like, what the hell? Calais Campbell, he's probably okay still. He's kind of slow, but I'd pay him. I'll pay him to play outside for us. We're desperate. Realistic or not, doesn't matter to me. He's going to play the edge. He's versatile as hell. Boom, he's playing. How much for Derek Barnett, actually? 3-year, $28 million deal. Do we go more long-term? I don't know. He doesn't really look to have those insane elite stats that I'd be looking for when spending that much money for a long-term. John Ross, I think we're going to sign him and put him at running back. We need a backup, and a 3-year backup would be pretty nice. I just can't believe how some of these players are so damn expensive. It's unbelievable. Jared Davis, a 3-year. Like, the middle linebackers are fine, but outside are just terrible, man. It's just unbelievable stuff. Jared Davis, fair enough. Jimmy Graham, Jason McCourty, Michael Davis, Mike Ford. There's a couple of decent, like, DBs. It seems like a very common position to upgrade, but I don't know. I'm not really seeing what I'm looking for the most part. I'm going to have to look for the draft for some really elite players, hopefully. I also want to make sure that, what's his name, Derek Brown was actually superstar development. I'll change him back. He really didn't upgrade anyways. He only got 2 overalls as a superstar, which is pretty terrible. So Raiders, that's our stupid. Oh, the Titans' Derek Brown was really good. I knew he would be superstar. How the hell how is he so good compared to ours? Get out of here with that. So we get John Ross, we get Jared Davis, and Calais Campbell. We still have a little bit of money to work with. We might be able to get cheaper trading some players off. Defense gets a little bit better. Offense is worrying me because of these regressions. Antonio Brown went from 7 overalls in 2 years. Tyrell Williams is going down. Willie Snead will follow after the season. Offensive line has actually done pretty damn well. They've held it together as long as possible. Linebacking core. Linebacker, of course, Jared Davis is nice, but we could use a new, maybe left outside linebacker for Brandon Marshall. Maybe even trade him before the season's begun. He's a decent player, but his overall is just rough, and I don't see how that's really good enough to start. Willis, we do have a long-term deal, but Calais Campbell should be the guy to start. Let's take a look at this draft. All right, so with pick 12, we have a couple of names here that I do like. I can't believe the number 1 wide receiver skipped the combine. Although, I guess to be fair, Hollywood Brown didn't run in the combine, did he? But I think he might have done the other drills as well, though. Kirkland Gibson looks pretty decent. I may actually take him. He's a big guy. Great straight line speed. We have a tight end in the 3rd round. Scroggins looks pretty good. There is a DT that looks absolutely ridiculous, but of course we don't need DT. Tracy Brock. I mean, he looks like a prototypical just tank. But, of course, not a position we need. We do also have a 4th round DT. I'm thinking we may go corner. Joyner's getting older. Some of our other guys, Darby's getting older. LaMarcus Fox could be the guy. Scroggins might be decent too, but of course he's shorter, slower. So I would think he would be number 1. He's going to be insane. I can't skip on him. I just can't do it. 75 overall, fair enough. Okay, superstar development. All right, so we made the probably right decision. 75 is a little low, but he did have good development. I'm actually a little shocked by the fact that his overall was low. I thought it was going to be probably normal, like 77. The number 1 look right now has got to be Jawan Byers. He looks absolutely ridiculous. Super fast, super talented. Hidden. Okay, star. That's fine. 74 overall star development. Lots of potential. You think he may sit behind just on the practice squad until Calais Campbell is gone. We'll go to the 3rd round. If Eddie's there, we'll try to get him. And if he's not, we'll just let it happen. Because, of course, we don't really need a DT. Really, the only thing I could think of going for him would be to let Mo Hurst go or trade him off. Well, I guess to be fair, he is there. So we're going to have to go for him. He looks too damn good. We've passed on those guys before. Let's go to the Buccaneers and see what we can do. We trade a 5th, 3rd, and Crosby for the Buccaneers pick. However, that doesn't really sit well with me. Really young corner and then a decently young DT for a 7th round pick. And we will be taking this DT at number 1 in the 3rd round. But this guy looks very good. Let's see how good he is. 78 overall. Star development. He's supposed to go number 4 overall. He looks... That looks very questionable. He looks almost exact. Okay, there's a little bit different stamina. I think I actually maybe overrated Derek Brown's stamina a lot. Whoops. Finally getting better at drafting. I don't know. I honestly think we're drafting the same way. We're just making the better selections. We're just going for the guys that are actually worth it. 3 really good picks, and then the rest, decent. The fullback's pretty solid, in fairness. NFL, let's take a look at the best overall players. Oh, hello. Brock with an 80 overall. Is that a Superstar X Factor? I'm really curious. I want to take a look. I got to remember Buccaneers defensive tackle. That's an important thing just for me. No one else. Thomas Cook looks like a good wide receiver. We'll take a look at that Kirkland guy, see if he would have been worth taking or not. Of course, really low overall, so unless he had Superstar or better, he was a bust in my opinion. So it seems to be about 40 tackles a season. He's playing okay. He did have a pretty rough year last year. That would have been the year you would have really expected a leap. Didn't really get it, so I think we're going to shop him a little bit here. I think it's fair. So for whatever reason, I couldn't do a straight-up trade Mo Hurst for Garrett Bradbury, but don't worry, we're going to theft them back because, of course, Mo Hurst is definitely worth more than Garrett. Offensive linemen are a little bit easier to find, at least, feasible ones, but Mo Hurst, proper DT like him, would not be that easy to get, so we're going to have to find a way to get our 2nd and 4th back, and honestly take a 4th off of them. We trade LaMarcus Joyner for a 4th round from the Redskins. We got our pick back for the 2nd round, and we got a 3rd round pick. It was super messy. We lost our 5th this year and lost a 5th next year, but it's fine. We got what we wanted somewhat, and we obviously had to rearrange the team, but I think we ended up with positions we needed more than before, so we're going to move Garrett Bradbury in at right guard. Kind of makes the fit more at center, but either way, both positions works for me. Huge upgrade there at the offensive line position. That Vallejo or Vallejo, whatever his damn name is. What's his damn name? Vallejo. I'm going to call him Vallejo. Huge pickup. I didn't really expect to be replacing Mo Hurst, but that's just the way it is. I don't know where our number 3 cornerback is, but he should be in there. Move Gary and Connolly down to number 3 potentially. Not sure, but we have some backups to get. Overall, this should be a better team than a 77. We just got to fill all the positions. So the dangers of, leaving the rebuild for a day is I have no idea what I left off on. Probably should actually start getting better with that. Maybe looking back at the file. I don't know. But this is the starting lineup going into, I would assume this is like Season 3, right? 19, 20, 21. Season 3. We're a low overall defense for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Are we actually low? Let me think. I think we should probably be better than 76. I mean, we only have 4 players that are under a 3 players that are under a 76 or lower, and everyone else is in the 80s. I would say this is like an 81 defense. I would say if you average it out, it'd probably be 79, 80. Oh well. All right, I see a pretty damn big name here. We have Antonio Brown. This is a very interesting one because a 3-year deal at his age is pretty rough. He's 91 overall. I think we'd rather wait till the season ends, right? Let's take a look at everyone else, though. I don't think there's many players here. Townsend, I don't even know. Is that even our starting punter? Nick Nelson, Brandon Marshall, of course. He might just be unusable. He might even retire. I don't know how it works, if you get to a certain point. Colton Miller, he's really been a guy we've been trying to replace. Honestly, I'm not sure how many guys here we are going to re-sign. Maybe Arden Key as a backup or something. All right, here we are headed to the playoffs. I mean, this is an okay roster. Is it enough for the playoffs? It is. All right, so we were 8-4 at one point. We were 6-3 at one point, really. That was our best moment, I think. And we took on a couple of losses, but overall, 10-6 for this roster is not terrible at all. I think that 76 overall was, once again, maybe more due to special teams. I don't know. That rushing was a little bit worse. Receiving, we finally had over 1,000 yards. Antonio Brown doing a little bit better, but really not taking on like a super number 1 role. Calais Campbell comes in and just whoops everyone up. Willis out of nowhere playing, I guess. I don't understand that. Clellan Farrell, just nobody, huh? Daniel Carlson. How the hell did we actually win Like, how do we make the playoffs? I don't know. 79 overall, though. We've moved up a little bit. Do we have any upgrades? Probably not, right? So, Josh Jacobs goes up 1. Offensive line looks a little bit better. Defensively, that's a real question. Fox, of course, with 82 overall. Wow, he didn't even play enough to get his development unlocked. What the hell? We're in a 4-3, aren't we? He should pretty much be out there anytime Derek Brown. You know, I mean, it's a decent team. Fox went up like 1 million overalls. He went up several overalls on the season. What, 7? Defenders with this ability are rarely faked out. That doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. The team's good enough to actually make a sneaky little run here. Going against the Patriots, though, that team name is usually pretty good to, you know, lose to. Phillip Rivers replaces Tom Brady, who I would assume has retired. Going to be a 3 overall up on them, which means we're going to lose. All right, so the Patriots start off strong with 7 points. They have 14 points now, 21 points, 28 points only in the first quarter. Our defense is being smoked, but more importantly, our offense is just choked. And this is quite devastating. We have 3 overalls on them, but we lose 42-7. Okay, yes, if that's what you want to say. Derek Carr, absolutely terrible. That's not even, like, starting caliber, like, game. 150 yards, 3 picks, 1 touchdown. No rushing touchdowns either. Yikes. We may need a new quarterback. He's not doing super well in the regular season, and in the postseason, which we finally get to, he just completely collapses. I don't know. I'm starting to think we may need a new QB. His contract's coming up as well. I mean, it's been several years now since that Derek Carr we thought we knew. So we get the Browns versus the Rams. Who's going to win it? Probably the Browns, right? It is the Browns, in fact. So our team is 78 overall. Let's see what Antonio Brown and company are looking like. Antonio Brown, where are you? Antonio Brown actually retired at 34 years old. And honestly, it wouldn't even shock me. The type of guy he is, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even blame him in this situation, but just saying. Colton Miller, I don't really like the contract there. Brandon Marshall's a 68 overall now. Arden Key. I mean, we don't really need any pass rushers. Calais Campbell appears to have retired as well. That's why you don't sign contracts with these guys, because you just don't know if they're going to be there. So we have 38 mil to work with, which is a lot more than I'm used to having, starting at a 76 overall this time. So we should pretty much be around an 80 by the time next season starts. We just have to make it count, and make it count we need, because our receivers are diminishing. Antonio Brown's gone. Tyrell is regressing. I think Snead may even be regressing here, or he definitely will be. Derek Carr actually has regressed, I believe, and he lost a couple of 5 medium. That's actually huge. QB is definitely going to be on the radar now, especially him playing on a contract year here. Medium's rough. Everything else is actually pretty damn good on him. Eric Ebron regressed a little bit. Linebacking core is but more importantly, Byers starts in that right end role. We're looking pretty good. Darby, I believe, got to superstar development. He did. Nice stuff. I mean, I'll definitely take it. So it appears our needs aren't that bad. It's really more about future-proofing. What else do we need? So we could actually use Tyler Lockett. How much? He wants a 4-year deal. That's rough at 86 overall. I can't do that. We're desperate, but we're not that desperate. We really are, but I can't. I'm not going to admit it. A 1-year deal from Jason Kelsey. We have some money. Offensive line is easily one of the biggest needs we have. Well, maybe not one of the biggest needs, but he's still a really big need. So why not go for it? Why not settle that position? DT is not a need at all. By the way, is Derek Brown broken? Like, how is he still like a really low overall as a superstar development? I have no idea. Josh Jackson looking pretty damn good. I'm trying to think of safeties. I don't think we need a safety. I'm not really seeing anything we could really go for here. I'm going to take a look at our linemen again just to make sure, because that center could get another one. 37-year-old Yonda's still here. Nice. The legend continues. So Rodney in the future, maybe Gabe Jackson in the future, but right now we don't really have a need for a starter. Wide receiver is a huge issue, but I don't think we can go out and spend that money on Tyler Lockett. I don't know what a draft pick's going to be, but we could go linebacker in the first round and that would almost pretty much settle our entire needs. We also, in the first time in history, kind of paid for some special teamers. I almost never go for punter kicker. We get Lambo and Jones. We get Kelsey and Lockett. So, first glances, this team is looking pretty damn decent. I mean, obviously we took a bit of a hit with... Ooh, do we actually get rid of Snead? John Ross is looking okay. We took a bit of a hit at wide receiver. But overall, we're decent. I think we're all right. The problem is now most of our guys aren't built to play tackle. Jason Kelsey, he actually has an upgrade point. Let's get him in the scheme fit, 85 overall. Does that actually make him an 86 overall? It's just the morale. Obviously, that'll change. He's kind of a small guy. I think Garrett Bradbury, we'll play him at left tackle, I guess. He's kind of small as well, but he's going to be one of those athletic tackles, I guess. So Jason Kelsey is going to have to play guard because he's significantly faster than, well... He seems faster than Hudson, I suppose. 79 overall pre-draft, so got some potential here at linebacker. If we can just get a linebacker anyways. Maybe Abram gets traded. Abram and Willie Snead for a third round in the draft, perhaps. We'll see. So we trade pick 22, Isaiah Johnson, in a fourth round this year for 17 from the Chiefs. I'm just hoping somebody's good here. There is a couple of tackles. Maybe just take one of those as precautionary measures. There was a really good pass rusher in this class, but unfortunately that's not going to matter to me. R.J. Coleman looks pretty decent, actually. Although our left tackle is there. We got to go for the left tackle. It looks too good. Hidden, and okay, star, 77 overall. Is really good offense. Oh, he's really good. That is a very good player. All right, so do we trade up for one of the wide receivers we have? Where's the other wide receiver? Oh, here, Pope. We have Pope and Fullen. I don't really know if either are that great, so I'm not sure. Mid-third, I might actually just trade up so I don't lose this linebacker. I don't know how great this linebacker is going to be, but I just can't risk it, man. Or as we use Renfro, 54, and next year, fourth to move up 7 spots in the second round. Hopefully that linebacker's still there. This could be a pretty damn sneaky good draft. All we really need is a linebacker, which is why we are paying quite a bit to move up for one, and he is there. I don't really have anyone else on the board. Please be good. 74 overall with star. I mean, I'm happy with that for sure. 84 speed. He's decent in coverage. Looks pretty damn good. His press sucks. I'm pretty sure linebackers do have bad press in general, but he looks pretty damn decent, actually. So we might actually have ourselves a Super Bowl team. I guess we kind of need a wide receiver. We're going to go with Oldham. 66 overall normal, which... For this Madden's actually not terrible, but yeah, he's pretty terrible. And our only pick left is a 7th round pick, which I don't even know if we're going to take. So Buckhalter, I think this guy could have superstar or better. Looking pretty damn good. Ooh, 79 overall for a safety. Could be another superstar or better. Looks very good. Let's take a look at middle linebackers, actually. Can I? Actually, you can look by middle linebacker. I'm not worried about it then. Pretty damn good draft, though. You know, once again, we really only need 1 or 2 positions, and those were the 2 main ones. I'm going to try to trade off Abram and Snead, maybe for a 3rd or a 4th round, and we'd be ready to go, I think. I mean, Snead's going to need a contract, I think, this year. More importantly, John Ross is a higher overall than him now, which is just not a good thing to be able to say, especially since he hasn't really even been playing. Gabe Jackson could be on his way out as well, because we do have this McGee guy who can play left tackle, of course, and then move Garrett Bradbury back into right guard. So, you know, I don't know if Gabe's got a contract year here or not, but we'll take a look. And honestly, even if he doesn't, he's regressing hard, so there might not be any reason to keep him anyways. He's already 31. Not going to lie, he's actually lasted a little bit longer than I thought he would have. We have Willie Snead, Gabe Jackson, and Jonathan Abram for a 2nd round pick from the Giants. Completely fair trade. Abram, former 1st round pick. Good offensive lineman, which obviously the Giants need, and a wide receiver that the Giants also need. We're an 81 overall. We're looking prime as can be. We have an extra 2nd round pick. Everything's looking up. So we have to pay Rodney Hudson, and the man has earned instant gratifications. We have a lot of money. I would assume Derek Carr is going to need a contract, huh? A 2-year, $46 million deal. That's basically nothing. Garrett Bradbury, we'll give him a 4-year deal, honestly. I think he'll last 4 years. Trent Brown, 3-year deal. Another guy I'll give the deal. I'll give the deal. We need offensive lineman. He looks pretty good to me. Give him the deal. What else do we have? Josh Jacobs. He's been iffy, so we are actually going to wait on that one, I think. Clelin Ferrell, another guy who's been rather iffy, but we will give him the deal, though, just because he's been good enough. He's a pretty good overall. What else do we have? Jason Kelsey, if he's still around, he'll get a contract. And Rodney will have to finalize in a moment or two. I mean, we have a lot of money, actually, so we're looking pretty good with these drafts. All right, so we're headed to the playoffs. Some of the contracts still need to be finished. Hudson, I think, in fairness, it probably is smart to not sign him yet because we could probably... Ooh! Okay, the Chargers steal our, I would assume, bye week. But that's fine. I mean, I don't care if we get a bye week or not, as long as we keep making the playoffs. Josh Jacobs, good. Touchdowns a little low. Receiving John Ross, stepping into the limelight almost instantly. Tyrell Williams looks like he could be on his last legs here. Sack totals, what do you got? Derek Brown with the most. Byers was useless. Just no sack totals at all, apparently. Nice, I love it. Josh Lambo, strugglesome. I mean, what's even the point? What's even the point? 83 overall. We're looking pretty good, honestly. Let's see, what else do we have? Any more upgrades you can maybe make? Got some coaching XP, that's about it. So, I mean, with the sliders we have on right now and the contract situation coming up, I would assume, because, we have a decent bit of money and we're about to lose a lot of our guys. I don't really know how many more years we could really get out of this team. This is going to be the last year Derek Carr is even decent. Hell, might even be the last year he's even on the team. So, depending on how this goes, this could be the final season. We're an 83. They're a 79 overall. All right. All right, so it's 7 all right now. We are left to right, so we're down by 3, down by 10. We're at least scoring more than last postseason, but once again, the Sims just super unfavorable against us here. 31-13 against the worst team. I mean, what is this sim? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna back out. I want to see what happens if we just sim it. Like, is it just glitch when you watch? Like, I don't understand. We're just so bad. Like, this is obviously a Super Bowl team compared to, every other team. They're, right on par and then some. This is the Raiders team we're actually doing pretty damn well with. I'm just curious. I don't know. It doesn't even matter to me, obviously. It's not like I'm a Raiders fan. I don't care if they win or not. But I just want to see, like, is it just glitch? What's the story? We lost anyways, 44-20. I don't understand. Obviously, we were not an 82. We were an 83. But we'll just say 83. We're 82, whatever. Screw it. We'll say we were an 82 overall. I don't know what we drafted so well. We're drafting almost perfectly here. And yeah, we're just, A, not upgrading the way we should be, and B, we're just not good. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, why are we upgrading so much slower, yet we're doing really well in the drafts? I don't know. Let's go to Super Bowl. Let's get one final year into us, and then, whatever happens, happens. Especially with the Antonio Brown thing in real life. I don't know if the Raiders are going to be in the playoffs the next 5 years, let alone, 10-plus win seasons. The Panthers do win the Super Bowl, so thank you, Jets, for humiliating us for no reason because you ruined your spot. He still wants exactly the same amount of money, even though he regressed. He's going to go to free agency here. Which we may tag him. Let's pay Jason Kelsey as well. Maybe a good quarterback will be there. Okay, you want to play for a new team? Literally unrealistic as hell, but okay, I guess. Like, it never stops people in real life, no matter how bad the Raiders get. People still want to come here. So, I don't know. We have a lot of money to work with, so hopefully there's some big names. Byron Jones, 1-year deal. Don't really need a corner, but Darby is old anyways. Kyle Fuller getting quite old himself. Rocky Sin. Bobby's still going. Jason Kelsey's not getting an offer, yet he wanted to go to free agency. He'll probably re-sign here for less. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Michael Pollardi. Let's get him, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Special teams didn't really help us too much. Quarterback Derek Carr has 1 real offer. So we're going to have to try to offer him better than the Patriots. It'd be a pretty big loss if we did lose him. Just, once again, in case we don't make it. Oh, I didn't even realize Derek Brown actually went to Superstar X Factor. I only noticed it because I saw Chris Jones here. Byron Jones, 1-year, $16 million deal. I don't really know how that is going to help us, but at the same time, I'm not sure what having this much cap space without getting new players is going to help us, so we might as well pay him the 1-year deal, try to get him. Never hurts to have a Superstar X Factor. A $20 million deal on a 1 year is really interesting. I don't think you would see that probably in real life. So signings, we ended up with Pollardi, Byron Jones, Hardman, Kelsey, and Derek Carr rejected. So the levels of desperation have increased dramatically. I don't know who's in the trade block. Let's take a look. Maybe we can get first dibs. See if there's anyone there. Probably is somebody, right? Oof. We need a quarterback. Hopefully we at least get like a 74 overall with hopefully at least star. I don't know. So there is literally like one quarterback, and it's our guy Travis McManus, who looks quite insane. I probably will throw the entire house to get to like pick 8. Is he even going to be there pick 8? I worry, honestly. The Patriots do have Derek Carr. That'll be fun. So we traded the Giants, pick 24, 41 this year, and then a second round next year, which I think is pretty damn fair. 2 second rounds and a first to move up like 16 spots to 9. 9's a decent spot in fairness, but it's not, you know, it's not top 5. So Travis McManus, we're literally just hoping for the best here. Hidden development with superstar development. Okay, that is very clutch. You know, not very fast. He's decent. He's pretty good, actually. I mean, I can't really be mad. He's probably better than Derek Carr, right? I mean, I don't know about the first year, but let's see. I think I had a wide receiver as well. I don't know when he was. He was a 4th rounder, late 4th. He looks okay. I don't know how good he's going to be. He looks decent. I'm actually really curious about this. Look at this Bobby Ramirez guy. He has great potentials, yet his talent is a mid-second. I don't know how far he'll fall, but if he's there in the 3rd round, I might just take him just to test it, honestly. Like he's got to be decent, right? I've never had Red be good, but he might be good. I don't know. So Cody Lockhart is still here. He looks a little slow for his position, but he looks decent for, you know, the value. And he's a star development, so he's definitely worth the pick. You know, we're having some really good drafts. The first few drafts we've had for rebuilds, really not great, but I think we're starting to get a hang of it a little bit. Honestly, if we're going to be legit, I think we're just getting luckier. Will Brittenham looks okay. 75 overall hidden. Damn it, I know it's, you know, star is still really good. He actually looks very good. Once again, not elusive, just like all the normal guys, but he's actually really solid. He's just undersized. Yeah, he's pretty damn good. I'll take it. Now, do we want to press our luck, or should we just get more picks for next year? We actually added a 5th round next year. Once again, it's probably not going to matter because it'll probably be our last season. I don't really know how much we can get better than what we are at. I guess our quarterback could progress a little bit more. I'm really curious about that quarterback. I forgot to even look to see if he was there in the 3rd round. But I'm curious to see that quarterback, see if we can find him, because it was a pretty bad class, so it shouldn't be too hard to find him. What else do we have? I mean, that seems to be about it. So we had, once again, a pretty damn good draft. The best player was the quarterback, and that's who we needed. The number 1 overall pick was a tight end. All right, I mean, if that's what you need, this guy looks crazy good. He kind of reminds me of like Tremaine Edmonds, but better. Number 1 overall pick. Let's take a look at this tight end. Karsten Ridgway. I mean, I know tight end's really hard to get, but guy looks insane. Let's take a look at that quarterback. What was his name? Ramirez, 3rd round pick. Of course, the Patriots get him. He's got hidden, so I mean, first glance, that looks totally worth it to me. I don't know what his actual development is, but it appears we did get the best guy by far. But that Ramirez guy was decent, so you can look at the Reds now and maybe you debatably get a guy. I don't know. Development is the biggest thing, you know, the biggest importance. And, you know, his potentials were good. And he was pretty decent. And, you know, he's got hidden. So, you know, he's definitely not a bad pick at all. So here's the starting roster. We got a superstar development quarterback. Brittenham is our slot guy. It's looking like a pretty damn good team. I just have a feeling the game's going to screw us in not... I mean, this is a good team, right? I mean, even our kicker punter looks good. Like, come on, EA. So we have some re-signings. Obviously, Dylan Moses gets the long-term deal. So does the cap actually start going up? Because, like, we have a ton of money here. I'm liking the situation. I'll say that. Derek Brown is a superstar X-Factor. Doesn't want a whole lot of money, but yet you have to pay backups this kind of money. I don't even know. You have to, like, really, like, sleaze the system. Like, a guy like him. What? Why is he so cheap? A 5-year deal for 22 mil? I have no idea what's going on. Did they do an update recently and I'm just like completely unaware of it? What the hell is this guy? Oh, I remember him actually. He was like a 55, 56 overall and we never used him. I'm sorry, bro. We kind of maybe wasted your career. That's all right. It's really not. That guy's probably pissed. But like, look at this. Jared Davis, 3 years, $31 million deal, 81 overall. And then you got a safety who's getting a 5-year deal less than that. I know that's the linebacker versus a safety, but yeah, Yikes. I mean, even the DT is getting paid less, I think. Like, what? I don't know. Everyone else, though, going to be regressing. So if we re-sign him, it'll be after the season, I think. Actually, you know what? Byron Jones, he'll be fine. So let's get him now before he gets angry. Really? Okay. And head to the playoffs. We make it a 10-6. Barely. Barely, man. That's the wrong button. Barely making the playoffs here. Looking pretty good to me, the Bills, though. If we would have won that game, we might have had a bye week. All right, though, you know, on par with Derek Carr. Maybe even better, less yards, more touchdowns. Touchdowns are what matters. Yards can mean a lot of different things. Blocking. I will say this scheme seems kind of bad for passing, but it is what it is. Sack totals. I mean, we've had Byers and Farrell. I mean, he has been so bad in the sub spots as well. I don't know why they're so trash. Culver could actually get... Ooh, perfect kicking for Lambeau. Damn. But Culver could actually go up to superstar development as well. AFC side, let's see any rookie awards. Quarterback, of course, he's a god already, apparently. Defensive back, no. We got kicker. Yeah, we got kicker of the year. How you doing? How you doing? 85 overall. We're probably the best team in the NFL now. Our boy McManus is an 83 overall. I love it. I love it, and I like it. I don't think he'll go to Superstar Development or Superstar X Factor, but I like it. This could be the final season. I don't know. I'm still debating it. Maybe we go for another 85 to their 82. I think it comes down to if we get burned again, I'm not doing it. But if we make it barely to the Super Bowl, we'll give it another go. But if we just get smoked, I'm just going to say Sim sucks. We rebuilt the team, obviously, and they're in a really good spot. Could be facing against the old rival Denver Broncos after this one. Please, just one game. All right, like, have we won a single playoff game? I think we have one, right? I mean, why is this just the scheme? I don't understand how we could be so good in the regular, well, decent in the regular season, and a better overall than our opponents every single time, and yet always get smoked. What is this game? This game actually annoys me. So what we're going to do, we're going to change the scheme. I don't know. No, we're not doing this. And if there's anyone like in the comment section that's not trolling, they're like, oh my God, I'm actually slow. They're like, oh, he's cheating. Like, do you even see what's going on here? Like, we have all these teams that are so much better than our opponents, and we never win. It was like that last Madden as well. It's just this year you can't build the super teams as much, so it's even worse. Like, why is Sim so bad? It is actually the worst. I mean, we have starting ends getting 1 sack on the season. Injuries are turned off. Let's see how many. Let me see. And you could say all you want, stats don't mean everything, but literally every starting end in the league gets like 5 sacks at minimum on a season. Like, how many downs did our man Farrell play? Farrell, get off the team. 813 downs. 813 downs. And he came up with a singular sack. I'm not even that athletic, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say I actually have a pretty decent chance of getting 1 sack on 800 plus tries. Maybe not. maybe not. Okay, maybe I got a little over my head. But still, 800 downs. Are you for even the backup? How many downs did he play? He played like a third of the downs, and he had double the sacks. Like, why are this... Like, Sim is so bad. It's so bad. I don't even know. We're going to change the scheme. I don't know. The Raiders scheme just sucks or something. Like, I don't even care. I honestly don't even know. Like, whatever. Scheme fit sucks. Let's go vertical power run. Who runs a vertical power run? Is it the Patriots? Multiple power run. We're literally going to find someone that runs a vertical power run. Is there... What does vertical power run even mean? I don't even see a single team here. Should we just go with the Ravens? You know what? I can't even find it. I'm going to go Baltimore because for whatever reason, that team kills it. Going against the Ravens, and of course we lose. I'm going to call it there because, I don't know. Sim is just terrible. Like, what? There's nothing else I can say. Like, 100 yards for, like, an insane quarterback year one. I don't know. I don't know why Sim's so broken this year. 85 overall even after potential regressions. If we do go for a reload, this would be the #1 team on my list. Baltimore, of course, we always lose the first round to the team that makes the Super Bowl, and then they waste the spot anyways. So, we're an 83 overall with still guys we could resign. We have decent draft picks, kinda, and we still have money in the bank. So, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you're new to the channel, maybe, subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. If you have a team suggestion, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video,